By mistake I stopped recording. Okay, I restarted it again. Fine. So like you will post some requirement somewhere, right? So your requirement somewhere, right? So in the same way they will float something called some client want to do performance testing like Redbus, or or there is a uh, there are a lot of other websites, right? For Heritage Fresh, suppose Heritage Fresh want to do performance testing for their application because they have more and more new users now, right? So many people are ordering online, right? For groceries and all, no one is going outside now because of the pandemic. And because of that, their application is unable to support the new set of users when there are more number of users. So they want to do performance testing for their existing application. So they will float something called RFI. RFI stands for request for information. So it will contain a standard set of questions. Like what does RFI contain is, it will contain some standard set of standard set of questions, like let me show you one sample RFI. So, so observe what does this RFI contain. See here. So there are some questions like this, right? So client will be floating this RFI. Means like this is actually we responded. Like I'll come to the answer part. First, see the questions part, right? Which are highlighted in bold, right? So what the client is asking, client is looking for some information like what portion of your business is dedicated to performance testing, how many full-time part-time contract performance staff testing staff members are there at your company, what are the typical roles and responsibilities of your performance team structure. So they will float some question paper kind of thing, right? So and now like service based companies who are looking to acquire some business, right? So service based companies like TCS or CTS or Tech Mahindra, right? They will be having some sales team, right? They will be having some sales team. Sales team job is to get the projects, right? Is it clear, guys? Able to follow?
Yes, Kishore.
Sales team job is to get the projects, right? To get the projects from different clients. So now sales team will be taking care of this. They will be looking for these RFIs, and they will be sending that RFI to the performance testing team, right? Saying that guys, like some client is looking for performance testing for their application, and they have sent some questionnaire. So can you please respond to this questionnaire, right? Now performance testing team, I intentionally masked this, I make it this generalized. So I did this, I worked on this, when I was working for some service based company. So assume that you are working for some service based company like like CTS or Tech Mahindra or any service based company. So they will respond like this, right? So we have a dedicated competency groups for all types of testing. 12% of our business is from performance testing assignments, right? So service based company is saying that out of our total business, 12% comes from performance testing assignments. And we have a dedicated performance group for performance engineering with more than 500 full-time associates. Means they are saying that we have 400 full-time associates, performance test engineers, who are dedicated for doing only performance testing and engineering. And these are the different roles and responsibilities of our team. There is someone called performance architect and performance test manager, and senior performance tester, lead, and junior resources, and so on. Is it clear? So client will ask these questions, and we have to respond. Like service based companies who are looking to get some projects, right? They have to respond, they will respond like this, right? And now client will get some these responses from different service based companies, right? So not just one client will be not just one service based company will be looking, right? Many companies will be competing to get that project. Able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So every company will send their response in this way, right? Different organizations, different service based companies will send their response in this way, isn't it? Suppose you posted some requirement for to buy a flat, right? So different like, so for example, you posted you want to buy a flat, right? So you posted your requirement. Now you will get calls from different builders, right? So they will be responding like, we have a flat in this area, that area, in this budget, that budget, and so on, isn't it? Isn't it? Yes
Yes.
or no?
Yes. Yes.
Right? So in the same way, like different service based companies will be responding to that RFI, and they will be sending that like the response in this way. Is the document? Yeah, right. They will be sending the response in this way. right? So we have, we have these many resources who are working on performance testing. We have done performance testing for this client. We have done performance testing for, for example, Facebook or, Microsoft, right? They will say, they will showcase their, their experience and their, the clients that they served and so on, right? Isn't it? Now client will shortlist those responses and select few of them, and he will schedule some, meeting, and some meeting, like with one on each day, right? Not everyone, but let's say for example how it happens is, on Monday, if they if they schedule some meeting with one client, sorry, one service based company. So per Tuesday they will schedule with some other service based company. They will explain their architecture, to explain their requirement, and to explain their architecture, right? So, and now then what happens is, your service based companies will understand their application architecture, their requirement, and they will prepare something called RFP. Okay, they'll prepare something called RFP stands for request for proposal. I'll give you one more real-time example here. So suppose you got calls from different builders, right? So you responded, you gave the requirement that I am looking for some 2 BHK from this size to this size, and in this budget. Now that builder gives you some quotation, right?
Yes.
Right. So based on your requirement, first he will collect the requirement, right? He'll collect the requirement from you. So he'll ask, what is your requirement, right? So you say something like this: I'm looking for a 2 BHK. I want an east facing 2 BHK, right? If I have corner flat, I want some east facing corner flat. And so budget, some my budget is some, if it is Hyderabad, some, it is around 80 lakhs to 1 crore nowadays, right? Or say for example 70 lakhs to 1 crore. 70 lakhs to, it is unlimited. Okay, there is no boundaries over there, right? Even we have, uh, if it is an apartment, say for example, we have till 5 crores also. Okay, so builder will ask you, what is your budget, what is your minimum budget, and what is your max budget. Okay, so and what is your requirement. So you, and like what is, in which floor you want. So you will tell, like, I want in from this floor to this floor, from 5th floor to 10th floor, something like that, or I want in the top floor, right? You will give your requirement, and client will that builder will collect all your requirement, and he will provide you some quotation saying that we have flats in this SFT, as you asked for 2 BHK. Generally 2 BHK will be around 1200 SFT, right? So they will give a quotation like this: for 1200 SFT, this is the price. Per SFT price is today, it's somewhere around 7000 per SFT, right? So, and this is our amenities cost, right? Isn't it? So amenities are costing some, some 8 lakhs, something like that. So he'll give you basically he'll give you a quotation, right? So in the same way, like, here also, software companies, service based companies will be providing a quotation to the client, and that is called as RFP, request for proposal. So RFP lo, what they will give is, they will suggest like what are the different types of testing they have to do, right, for that application, and how many resources are required. Now let us come to this RFP. Okay, so as this is well known, everyone knows this quotation, right? That's why I gave that example. So coming to RFP, what does it contain is, like, what is the objective of testing, why the client want to do performance testing, right? And what is the application architecture. Application architecture means everything about the application, which language it is developed, and like what kind of application is that, whether it is a web application or desktop application, or desktop application, or we have nowadays we have mobile applications as well, right? So in the requirement gathering phase, like, in this phase, requirement gathering phase, client service based company will collect all this requirement, all these details, like what is the language in which it is developed, what is the what type of application is that, whether it is a web application, a desktop application, or a mobile app, right? So web application, mobile app, I hope you know the difference, everyone, right? Application means, generally web applications are called as applications, and the mobile applications are called as apps, right? You know the terminology, right? We call that as, if it is an application, if an application is there which works on only on mobile, right? That is called as an app, app, right? So that is the difference between, web application and mobile apps, right? Difference between application and an app. That is the difference. Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, and in which technology this is developed, and what is the communication protocol. That, one more important information is, what is the communication protocol. What is, now let us understand what is meant by a protocol. Protocol means, I think I already gave a definition of this in the previous sessions.
The language used for communication between client and server.
Right. So communication protocol means the language used for communication between browser and server. Right. Protocol is nothing but the communication language between browser and server. Right. So all these will be collected in the requirement gathering phase, and they will be mentioned in the RFP. Right. And what are the different types of testing that the application requires. Right. And how many team members are required. What should be the team size, right? And what is the duration of the project, right? And what is the billing rate for each resource. Billing rate for each resource, right? So billing rate means like how much does the that project cost for the client, right? Again, in the billing rate you have fixed bid and fixed bid and T and M, right? So don't worry about this, I'll explain this with examples. Okay, I'll come to that billing rate and timelines and so on. So RFP contains all this information. Means service-based company is proposing, giving a proposal that to do your performance testing for your project. This is the objective of doing performance testing. This is your application architecture that we understood, and your application requires these types of testing and so on. And this would be the cost of this project, right? So builder will give some quotation, right, with this cost and so on, and he will tell that he'll give the timelines, right? Say for example, when can he give position of that property, isn't it? Say for example, it will take 1 hour, 1 year, sorry, 1 year to give you position, right? So we will hand over by next year. So those are timelines, isn't it, guys?
Yes.
Or duration, sorry, that comes under duration, right? This is position. And timelines means by this by end of this year we will complete slabs, by by next year, mid of next year we will complete this brickwork and so on, like that, right? So those are timelines or milestones. These are also called as milestones. So client, we have to provide a detailed proposal for to the client, right? And billing rates, there are two types, so fixed and T and M, right? So let me give some example for this, right? So you have some some repair work at your home, so and you call some builder, some contractor. So there are he will suggest two things for you. One is fixed amount. Say for example, this work whatever you are expecting, it costs some 20,000 or 25,000. That is fixed bid, right? Isn't it? That is called something called fixed bid. He'll give some fixed amount. He will quote some fixed amount, right? You say then obviously generally you will say like, oh, why that much amount, right? So why 25,000? This is just a small work that we are looking for, right? Then he will suggest one more thing. Okay, sir, do one thing. So you pay for the labor per day. So the labor cost is some 800 per day. So you get the material on yourself, right? And we will do that based on this T&M model, time and material. You got it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So then he will say like your for completing your work you may require 3 people, 3 labor per day. So each labor cost is each person charges 800 per day, and you get the material for me, all the material for me, and we will get it done in this T&M model, right? So there are two types of biddings. One is fixed bid and T&M, right? So in the same way here also, service based company, they will quote some amount, say from some 10 lakh dollars or or 20 lakh dollars, right? Or else if client is not convenient with this fixed bid, right? So if client feels that they are overcharging, what they will do is they will also propose this T&M model. So we will engage resources and you pay me per hour, you pay me some $20 per hour for a junior resource and $30 per hour for a senior resource. So we will calculate the billing as per that, right? Suppose if client doesn't have continuous work, client feel that team will not be having continuous work. Okay, so then they will go for this T&M model, time and material. T&M stands for time and material. Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Right now, like client, based on his feasibility, based on his convenience, comfortability, so he will select one of these, either fixed bid or T&M. That's fine, right? So basically, all the service-based companies will provide a quotation to the client, right? Quotation kind of, right? This is similar to this is called as RFP in software terminology. This is called as RFP. Now, so client will receive, see, you will get quotation from multiple builders, right? Suppose you are looking to buy an apartment, you will search for 4 or 5 with 4 or 5 builders, and you take quotation from 4 or 5 builders, right? From
Yes.
those quotations, like you will choose based on your budget, based on your requirement, you will choose one of the builder, right? So in the same way, like client will choose one of the service based company, and he will give that project to one of the service based company, right? Based on their requirement, based on their budget, and based on like the brand value. Some clients may be looking for, I want to give some reputed companies like CMM level 5 companies and so on, right? So in software companies, like we have different levels like CMM level 3, level 4, level 5, right? Right, so based on that, they will give that project, award that project to some service based company. So once a service based company gets the project, right, they will start the detailed requirement gathering, right? This is called as requirement gathering phase, or NFR. NFR stands for, anyone?
Non-functional requirements.
Non-functional requirement, right. So detailed requirements will be gathered here by this project. Say for example, Tech Mahindra got that project. So then what they do is, Tech Mahindra performance testing team, they will start collecting the requirements from the client in detail, right? And they will prepare something called test plan document. They will prepare something called test plan document, right? I'll share some test plan documents to you, and and they will send the test plan document to the client, right? So this is what we are planning to do. This is how we are going to plan performance testing for you, right? So the test plan document should be shared to the client, and client should approve that test plan. All right, guys, able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Right? So once we get a sign off from the client, then we will start the scripting, right? Then the performance testing team will start scripting, and then other activities like script review, sanity testing of each script, setting up test environment, and all these activities. They start working on all these activities. So once they do that, complete the scripting, right, they will set up the test environment, and they will do smoke test, sanity test, different types of testing. We'll discuss all these points in detail. I am giving a high level overview, guys, right? So once they do different types of testing, right? So then they prepare a report for that, right? They prepare a report for that. And if they found any issues, say for example, the target user load is one more important requirement is like, target user load, right? How many users should the application support, right? This is another important requirement, target user load, right? And what are the critical business flows of the application, isn't it? So to test the application, we have to develop some scripts, right? And each script should simulate one critical business flow, isn't it? Suppose you are testing a travel application, so you should have scripts for user registration, booking a ticket, cancel ticket, print ticket, booking hotel room, and so on, right? If you are testing a travel application,
Yes.
Yes.
or if you are testing a net banking application, so you should be having like adding beneficiary, fund transfers, bill payment, credit card bill payments, loan payments, and so on, right? So like you have to develop script. You will start developing scripts, right, in the scripting phase for each of them, for each of the business flow, right? And you will do something called smoke test or sanity testing. This is also called as dry run or trial run. Different companies follow different terminology. That's why you are seeing these many terms here, trial run or shakeout test. We'll see all these one by one, okay? And once the scripting is completed, we will do different types of testing, right? So performance testing doesn't have only one, but you will have different types of testing like load test, stress test, soak test. I'll explain this, I already explained this in my demo sessions, right? Again, I will explain in detail, right? So once we do the test execution, we'll submit a report to the client saying that, this is the testing that we have done with so many users. Your application is able to scale till support, some 10,000 users or 20,000 users. And after 20,000 users, we saw some, performance issues. Means your application is not responding, or, page, sometimes, page loading will take a lot of time, right? So sometimes it takes 10 seconds, 20 seconds, I know, or 1 minute or 2 minutes, and you may get a timeout error. Sometimes you may not get the page loaded, right? So you'll prepare a report like this, like, this is the performance testing that we have done, and these are the test results, and so on, right? And if there are any performance issues, say for example, there are some performance issues, right? So you have to tell this is the issue that with your application, right? So if I want to give some analogy, some example for this, suppose you gave a bike for servicing, right? So he will do all, he will first do a test drive, right? So he will do some test drive, or he will examine that your vehicle, and he will give you some quotation, right? So that it requires, your vehicle requires some servicing, and it requires engine oil change, right? Or else there is some issue with the brakes or clutch pads or brakes and so on, right? So say for example, you are not getting mileage, you are not getting good mileage, your vehicle is not giving good mileage. He will say like, you have to change the engine oil, and you have to change the clutch plates and so on, isn't it?
Yes.
When you give
Yes,
a
sir.
Yes,
vehicle
yes.
for a repair, for servicing, right? So he will try to find out the issues, right? And he will try to fix those issues, and he will give some quotation, right? So this will cost you this much, right? So in the same way, like when you are testing any application, like, as a performance test engineer, you have to find out what are the issues, right? If there are any performance issues, what is the reason for those issues, and you have to give a solution for that, right? So that comes under analysis and recommendation, right? And once they do that, right, so once you uh, let's assume that your mechanic has done all those, right? Your mechanic has done all those, and like once it is given to you, right, you will test it again, right? You will go for a test drive, or he will go for a test drive along with you, isn't it? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Or else,
Yes.
if you are facing mileage problem, so you will check it again, right? So you will fill some fixed amount of fuel, and you'll check for mileage, whether you are getting more mileage or not now, correct?
Yes.
Right? In the
Yes, sir.
same way, once that tuning is done for the application, right? Once we provide the recommendations to the client, development team or database team will do the changes, whatever changes that you suggested. So once, are we clear so far? As a performance test engineer, we have to analyze the test results, and we have to provide the recommendations. Are we so far clear till here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right? Now what they will do is, development team or DBA team, what they will do is, they will try to implement your recommendations, right? Once they do that, once they implement those changes, right, again they to validate the application tuning is nothing but making changes in the application to get better performance, right? That is called as application tuning. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Right? So once that the development team, means everything application, whoever developed that application, they will do those changes, or database team, they will do those changes, and to validate those changes, again they will come for it another round of testing, right? To make sure that the changes made uh, give some better improvement, give some improvement or not, right? To make sure that the changes that you suggested gave some improvement or not, to test that, they will come for another round of testing, right? So in this way, it will be repeated till all the bottlenecks are eliminated, right? Till all the performance issues are identified and eliminated, this will be repeated, validation of application tuning and bottleneck elimination. right? Once all the performance issues are eliminated, we will prepare a final report and get a sign off from the client, right? So this is the overall performance testing life cycle. So if you compare with the, your vehicle repair, we can compare with the vehicle repair. Say for example, your vehicle, because of not taking outside in the pandemic, right? This is happening, right? So all the vehicles are lying in the parking area, right?
Yes.
Yes. Right. So now, if you want to take it now, so, you may be having less pressure, tire pressure, your battery may be down, that vehicle battery may be down, right? Your spark plug may be down, not working, and you may not be able to start it. So you give it to a mechanic and he will see what are the issues. First, he will, try to start it, and he'll say, what are the issues? Like he'll say that you have to change the engine oil, or you have to, get your vehicle serviced, right? Full servicing done, right? And all this, right? So once he does that, you will drive it and test it immediately, even though you don't have say for example, you want to use the vehicle from next week, but still once the repairing is done, you will test it, right? Whether to test whether he has done it properly or not, everything is in condition or not, you will test it, you will drive it, you will take a test ride and you will drive it, right?
Yes.
So in the same way, like, once that, that changes are done, once that application tuning is done, to validate the application tuning, we will do another round of testing. Performance testing team will do another round of testing. Our client will ask you to do another round of testing, right? Till all the issues are identified and eliminated. Okay. So once that is done, then you will make the payment to your mechanic, right? You'll make the full payment. At least if you paid some advance, you will make the full payment once you are satisfied with the work done, right? So in the same way here also, we will submit a final report and, get the payment, right? And then we will get a sign off from the client. Client should, formally, send a mail that yes, we are done with this performance testing project. So, I got the expected output, and, I got some improvement in my application performance, right? This is the final sign off. So this is how, a project starts and a project ends. Any queries over here?
No.
No.
Right? This is the overall performance testing life cycle. Now, we will discuss these in detail. I'll share this, like test plan document to you. Now you want to know, like, who will do which part, right? So as you are new to performance testing, you may feel like, some of you may feel like, do we need to do all this, right? I need to do the scripting, I need to do this, testing, I need to do analysis and recommendations, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So let me explain that. So generally, like 2 to 3 years experience guys will be limited till scripting and, smoke test, like that, right? So, and the testing and all, testing or analysis and recommend testing and all will be done by some senior resources. Like someone is having 4 to 5 years experience, more than 3 years experience, they will be doing this testing, right? And this analysis and recommendations, right? Your team lead or project lead will be doing. Okay. Don't worry, you will not be alone in the team. There will be like a team of 3 to 4 members or 4 to 5 members based on the project, or 1 to 2 members also. Sometimes you may be having only 2 members, right? If it is a very small project, then there will be only one resource, right? That is called as individual contributor role. Okay. You may be having a team or, IC role, right? You may be working as a team member or IC role. IC means individual contributor. So here you have everyone, a single person has to take care of everything, right? This is one man show. If if it is a IC, if your role is IC projects, that's why, like generally you have to go for a team member role initially, right? Till you get some experience. They will also not take, 2 to 3 years experience guys. They will not take for IC role. Okay. They will also take someone who is having 5 to 10 years experience or more than 10 years experience, like that, right? So don't worry about that, and you need not do everything from this. Here sales team will be involved here. See, RFI phase low, you'll have sales team involved, and in RFP phase your project manager or team lead will be involved, right? From here you will be involved. Every member in the team will be involved from requirement gathering, and from here to here. Every team member will be involved from here to here, right? And from different types of testing and all, some senior resource will be involved here. Is it clear, guys? So you need not do everything on your own, right? There will be a small team, right? So generally the team performance testing team will be having like 2 to 5 resources, something like that. Not more than that. You will not be having like 50 or 100 people, but performance testing team will have some 2 to 5 resources, right? And they will be sharing this work. They will be sharing this work based on their experience, and based on their availability, they will be sharing this work.
So Kishore,
Yeah.
in our training, we will be covering these things, right? We will be doing the things.
Yeah, we will be covering all this. Okay. I will not, I will just show you some reports here, some documents here, but requirement gathering and all, we will be covering from here to here. We will be covering everything.
Uh,
Okay. So, but we will be focusing mostly on scripting and executions.
mhm.
Okay. Major focus will be on scripting, requirement gathering, test plan preparation, scripting, and executions. Major focus will be on this.
Okay, but we will have some example for analysis and recommendation.
Yes, yes.
Uh,
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So I'll stop it here for today. So if you have any questions,